Welcome to Ping Pong Dreams, where legends are not only remembered but brought to life through breath, silence, and the beating heart behind every rally. Here, we don't just talk about scores or gold medals, we talk about people, about the unseen battles, the quiet victories, and the souls who never gave up. Today, we tell the story of a woman who didn't need the spotlight to become eternal, a woman who didn't need to win every match to prove her worth. She just needed one thing: to never fall and stay down. Her name is Wang Nan. She was born on October 23, 1978, in Fushun, an industrial city in China's northeastern Liaoning province, a place where winters were brutal, factory smoke filled the sky, and children were raised on toughness, not dreams. Her parents were factory workers, quiet, modest, never ones to speak of glory or gold. One day, when she was 6, her father brought home a table tennis paddle, not because she showed promise, but because she was shy, withdrawn, and had few friends. Maybe, he thought, the sport would help her open up. It didn't, but it gave her something else, a refuge. At first, she didn't smile when she won. She didn't cry when she lost. But slowly, quietly, the more time she spent with that paddle, the more she began to open up from the inside, not through words, but through motion. Stroke by stroke, drill by drill. She wasn't a prodigy. Her movements were clumsy, her progress slow, but she stayed late, came early, asked for extra drills. Her first coach, a retired Army officer, once said she wasn't special, but she trained like she had already failed at life. At 10 years old, she was training twice as hard as anyone else in her city, 2 sessions a day, 6 days a week. One night, her coach noticed she had come early again. He asked, "Why do you keep doing this?" She looked down and answered softly, "Because I'm afraid I'm not good enough." That fear didn't break her. It became her fire. She didn't want to be famous. She didn't want applause. She just wanted to become someone she could be proud of. In Fushun's winter, her hands cracked from the cold, her fingers red and raw. In summer, the gym floor burned through her shoes, her socks soaked in sweat, her feet covered in blisters. At 13, she joined the provincial training team. At 15, the national youth squad. It meant leaving home, taking the train to Beijing alone. She cried the entire ride, holding her mother's lunchbox, but she never looked back. Life at the National Training Center was brutal. Everyone was faster, stronger, sharper. She wasn't the best, but she trained longer than anyone, quietly, relentlessly. She volunteered for extra sessions, asked to train with the men. Once, she injured her right wrist just before a tournament and played the entire event with her left hand. She wasn't a shooting star. She was a quiet flame, sometimes flickering, never out. By the mid-1990s, she was representing China internationally, but it was still the era of Deng Yaping, 4 Olympic golds, legendary and untouchable. Wang Nan lived in that shadow, but she never saw it as unfair. She once said, "I don't want to take anyone down. I just want a light of my own." That sentence was later carved into the wall of her home province's training center. In the beginning, she was often left off the main team. Not flashy enough, not famous enough, but she kept showing up. One morning in 1998, before sunrise, a staff member passed by the empty gym and saw her, alone, hitting the ball against a wall. No coach, no audience, just her breath and the rhythm of the ball, over and over. Then, in 1999, everything changed. She burst onto the world stage at the World Championships in Eindhoven, winning both the women's singles and doubles titles. From 1999 to 2003, she became nearly unbeatable. She claimed 18 world titles, 4 Olympic gold medals, and held the world #1 ranking in singles, doubles, and mixed doubles. On court, she wasn't loud, she wasn't explosive, she was precise. Her backhand block was ice cool, calculated, cutting, but her true weapon wasn't technique, it was her mind. She didn't defeat you with speed. She broke you with silence. She read you, waited, and then dismantled you. At the 2000 Sydney Olympics, she faced teammate Li Ju in the women's singles final. A match not just of skill, but of will. It went 5 games. Wang Nan won 3-2. But she didn't celebrate. She collapsed in tears, not from joy, but from relief. She had beaten her greatest opponent, not Li Ju, but her own fear. But no summit lasts forever. In 2001, she suffered an early round exit at the World Cup. The media pounced. Has Wang Nan peaked? Is it the end of her era? Inside the team, attention shifted to a new rising star, Zhang Yining, younger, more aggressive, more dominant. Wang Nan didn't respond. No interviews, no excuses. In her diary, she wrote, "If they think I have nothing left, they're wrong. I never played for titles. I played because I can't live without the fight." She trained harder, showed up earlier. Some nights, she stayed late, alone, hitting ball after ball in the dark until her shirt was soaked and her legs gave out. She wasn't seeking redemption. She was simply doing what she'd always done, showing up. In 2003, she came back and reclaimed her singles crown at the World Championships. In 2004, at the Athens Olympics, she partnered with Zhang Yining, her supposed replacement, and won gold in women's doubles. Then she stepped away, quietly. No farewell press conference, no ceremony. She left the way she came, silent but unforgettable. Wang Nan wasn't just a champion. She was a sister, a mentor, a friend. Her bond with Zhang Yining remains one of the most touching in Chinese sports. They were fierce rivals but never enemies. After losing to Zhang in a national final, Wang Nan hugged her and whispered, "You did great. Now it's your time." No jealousy, just love. After retirement, she didn't disappear. She became a mentor to the next generation. Ding Ning, Liu Shiwen, Sun Yingxia. With Ding Ning, she didn't start with technique. She said, "Stand in front of the table for 10 minutes each morning. Not to train, just to listen. If you fear silence, you'll never hear your heart before a final." She wasn't just teaching skills. She was passing down fire. She stepped onto the world stage as a voice for women in sport, for health, for fairness. In 2017, she was elected to the International Olympic Committee. Her legacy stretched far beyond medals. It shaped the soul of the sport. In rare interviews, she didn't speak of glory. When asked what she regretted most, she said, "Time with my family. That's the only match I couldn't win." After becoming a mother, she retreated from the spotlight. She lived simply, quietly, and when asked what motherhood meant to her, she said, "It's not like a match. On court, I know if I've won. With my child, I only know how to love." People still debate who's the greatest, Deng Yaping, Zhang Yining, Ding Ning, but when asked who inspired you the most, the answer is often Wang Nan. Because she didn't chase fame, she didn't need the spotlight. She simply showed up again and again and stood tall, like an old tree in a forest of youth. Quiet, steady, unshakable. And if you're listening to this late at night, if your hands are tired, if your soul feels heavy, remember the girl from Fushun, the one who held a paddle in the snow, who wept alone in practice halls, who was defeated and rose again. Her name is Wang Nan, a small woman with the heart of a warrior, a legend, not because she never fell, but because she never stayed down. Thank you for listening to Ping Pong Dreams. If this story moved you, share it with someone who needs a spark. Because some people are not born great, they become legends by simply refusing to give up.